As of February 2025, the retail industry in the United States is facing an unprecedented crisis. With inflation, high interest rates, shrinking consumer spending, and supply chain disruptions, even the biggest retail chains are struggling to stay afloat. Over 15,000 stores are projected to close this year, accelerating the decline of brick-and-mortar retail and reshaping the economy in the process. The impact of these closures extends far beyond retail stores. Job losses, commercial real estate collapses, and local economic downturns are some of the long-term consequences. Here are 15 major chains that are disappearing in the months ahead and how their failures are affecting the economy. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Economy Explorer so you don't miss any critical updates, and don't skip any part of this video as every detail matters. 1. Big Lots. Big Lots is in deep financial trouble with over 150 store closures planned this year. The discount retailer, which caters primarily to low and middle-income shoppers, has long relied on bargain pricing to attract customers. However, with inflation squeezing household budgets and interest rates remaining high, consumers are cutting back on non-essential purchases, making it difficult for Big Lots to maintain profitability. The company's troubles go beyond just declining sales. Inventory mismanagement has plagued the retailer, with warehouses overflowing with unsold merchandise, while demand for specific essential goods remains unmet. This has led to rising operational costs, as storing excess products drains company resources. Additionally, Big Lots has struggled to maintain relationships with key suppliers, losing access to crucial inventory sources. As foot traffic declines in urban and suburban areas, many locations have become unprofitable, prompting the company to close stores and reduce expenses. Analysts warn that if these trends continue, Big Lots may be forced to shrink even further or restructure its business model entirely to avoid bankruptcy. 2. Rite Aid. Rite Aid is on the verge of disappearing completely after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in late 2024. The once prominent pharmacy chain has been in a downward spiral for years, struggling with mounting debt, declining prescription sales, and increasing competition from industry giants like Walmart, Amazon Pharmacy, and Walgreens. With a shrinking customer base and operational costs outpacing revenue, the company has been forced to announce over 200 store closures nationwide. One of the biggest concerns surrounding Rite Aid's collapse is its impact on healthcare access. Many of its locations serve low-income communities and elderly populations who rely on local pharmacies for affordable prescription medications. The closure of these stores could create pharmacy deserts, forcing consumers to travel farther for basic medical needs or turn to more expensive healthcare options. This could drive up out-of-pocket costs for many Americans, making healthcare less accessible and more expensive in already vulnerable regions. Additionally, these closures contribute to job losses across the retail and healthcare sectors, as thousands of pharmacists, cashiers, and retail workers face unemployment. With fewer physical stores available, Rite Aid's remaining presence may not be enough to sustain the company, raising questions about whether it will survive or be acquired by a larger competitor in the near future. 3. Bed Bath & Beyond. Once a dominant force in home goods retail, Bed Bath & Beyond is now in its final days as it moves to liquidate all remaining stores. At its peak, the company had over 1,500 locations nationwide, but years of financial mismanagement, poor strategic decisions, and failure to adapt to shifting consumer trends have led to its downfall. The once thriving chain is now down to its last few locations before it shuts down for good. A key factor in the company's decline was its inability to compete with e-commerce giants like Amazon. As online shopping became the preferred method for home goods purchases, Bed Bath & Beyond failed to modernize its digital presence. Instead, it relied heavily on in-store sales and outdated coupon promotions, which were unsustainable in a fast-evolving retail environment. The effects of Bed Bath & Beyond's collapse are far-reaching. Thousands of employees have lost their jobs, and many shopping centers are now left with large, vacant storefronts, further contributing to the decline of brick-and-mortar retail. Additionally, investors have suffered significant losses as the company's stock price collapsed during its final months. The downfall of Bed Bath & Beyond serves as a cautionary tale for traditional retailers that fail to adapt to changing consumer habits. Without a strong online presence and efficient inventory management, even established brands can struggle to survive in today's economy. 4. Party City. Party City declared bankruptcy in early 2025 and is now in the process of shutting down all remaining locations across the U.S. The once thriving party supply retailer has been in financial distress for years, struggling with rising raw material costs, persistent supply chain issues, and declining consumer spending on non-essential goods. The demand for party supplies has been significantly reduced as inflation and economic uncertainty force families and businesses to cut back on celebrations and special events. One of the biggest contributors to Party City's downfall is changing consumer behavior. More shoppers are now turning to cheaper online alternatives, such as Amazon or discount stores, to buy party decorations, costumes, and event supplies. Additionally, fewer large-scale celebrations are taking place, particularly among middle-class families who are focusing their budgets on necessities rather than non-essential purchases. As the company collapses, thousands of employees are losing their jobs, and suppliers that relied on Party City are also feeling the financial hit. Many commercial landlords are now faced with vacant storefronts, further hurting shopping centers and local economies that once relied on Party City's presence to attract customers. 5. Dollar General. Despite being one of the largest discount retailers in America, Dollar General is shutting down hundreds of locations in 2025 as it struggles with rising operational costs and declining profitability. The company had expanded aggressively over the last decade, opening stores in low-income neighborhoods and rural areas, but the economic conditions that once favored Dollar General's business model have now turned against it. The biggest challenge for the company is shrinking discretionary income among its core customer base. As inflation remains high and wages stagnate, many low-income shoppers can no longer afford even the discounted products Dollar General offers. Additionally, the company has been facing increasing government scrutiny over labor and safety violations, which has led to massive fines and additional costs that make it harder to operate efficiently. The closure of Dollar General stores will have a negative impact on many small towns and rural areas, where the chain often serves as one of the few accessible grocery and retail options. Without these stores, many communities could become retail deserts, forcing residents to travel further to purchase even basic household goods. 6. Tuesday Morning. Tuesday Morning has officially filed for bankruptcy for the second time in just 3 years and is now shutting down completely. The home decor discount chain, once a favorite for bargain shoppers looking for furniture, bedding, and home accessories, has been unable to recover from past financial struggles. A major reason for its downfall is declining home goods spending. With higher mortgage rates and a slowing real estate market, fewer consumers are purchasing home decor and furnishings. Instead, they are prioritizing essential expenses over discretionary spending, causing Tuesday Morning sales to plummet. Furthermore, the retailer has been outcompeted by online platforms like Amazon and Wayfair, which offer a wider variety of home goods at competitive prices. With mass store closures and job losses, Tuesday Morning's collapse adds to the broader crisis in brick-and-mortar retail. 7. CVS CVS is closing over 900 stores in 2025 as part of its plan to shift toward a digital-first healthcare model. While CVS remains a profitable company, its decision to shut down physical locations reflects the ongoing decline of traditional retail pharmacies as more consumers opt for online prescription services and mail-order medication. The closures will have a significant economic impact on local communities, particularly in urban and rural areas where pharmacy access is already limited. Many neighborhoods will lose their primary source of medications, vaccines, and over-the-counter healthcare products, making it harder for elderly and low-income residents to obtain essential services. Additionally, CVS's decision to downsize means thousands of job losses, particularly for pharmacists, technicians, and retail workers. As digital healthcare takes over, the need for in-store staff continues to shrink, reshaping the future of pharmacy retail. 8. Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh. Amazon's attempt to revolutionize the grocery shopping experience with cashierless stores has largely failed, leading to the closure of most Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh locations in 2025. The company had hoped to create a seamless, automated retail experience, but the concept has struggled due to high operational costs, inconsistent demand, and customer hesitation. The failure of Amazon's physical grocery stores highlights the challenges of scaling automated retail, as technology alone is not enough to attract and retain customers. Many shoppers still prefer traditional grocery stores, especially for fresh produce and customer service. Amazon is now shifting its focus to expanding Whole Foods and improving its online grocery delivery services. But the store closures have resulted in job losses and real estate vacancies, adding to the broader retail downturn. 9. Nordstrom. Nordstrom, once a high-end department store leader, is shutting down multiple stores across the U.S. after suffering a 40% decline in sales. The company has been unable to attract younger consumers, many of whom prefer online shopping and fast fashion brands over traditional department stores. With mall traffic continuing to decline, Nordstrom has been forced to exit unprofitable locations, which is adding to the ongoing collapse of the department store industry. The company has also struggled with supply chain disruptions and changing consumer habits, making it difficult to maintain consistent sales. The economic impact of Nordstrom's closures is significant, as many luxury malls and high-end retail centers will suffer from reduced foot traffic, leading to even more commercial real estate struggles. 10. Best Buy. Best Buy is quietly closing hundreds of stores in response to declining electronic sales and increased competition from online retailers like Amazon. The company's struggles are a reflection of weakening consumer demand for big-ticket items, as Americans cut back on discretionary spending due to higher interest rates and economic uncertainty. Many consumers are also delaying upgrades to expensive electronics, choosing to repair or keep their current devices longer rather than replacing them. These store closures contribute to job losses and vacant commercial spaces, further impacting the retail real estate market. 11. The Children's Place. The Children's Place is downsizing significantly, closing over 250 stores due to declining sales. The retailer has struggled to compete with fast fashion brands and online retailers, which offer cheaper and trendier clothing options for children. The company's shift toward an online-only business model will result in massive job cuts as fewer employees are needed in a digital retail environment. 12. Corner Bakery. Corner Bakery has filed for bankruptcy protection and is shutting down most of its cafes due to declining customer demand and rising operational costs. With Americans spending less on dining out and shifting toward home-cooked meals, fast casual chains like Corner Bakery are struggling to stay profitable. This is a sign of larger changes in consumer spending as rising costs force people to cut back on restaurant visits. 13. Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm is closing hundreds of stores as demand for traditional mattresses declines. Consumers are turning to online mattress brands, making it harder for physical retailers to compete. The closure of Mattress Firm locations will add to the vacancy crisis in commercial real estate as large retail spaces sit empty. 14. Kirkland's. Kirkland's, a home decor retailer, is closing dozens of locations due to declining demand. With higher interest rates slowing home sales, fewer people are investing in home decorations, resulting in weaker revenues and financial instability for the company. 15. Express, a mid-range fashion retailer, is struggling financially and has started closing stores to cut costs and reduce debt. The brand has failed to compete with fast fashion giants like Shein and Zara, leading to shrinking revenues and declining consumer interest. The closures will result in massive layoffs, adding to the job losses across the retail sector. Retail collapse, the end of brick and mortar as we know it. The collapse of these 15 major retail chains is not just about failing businesses. It's a warning sign of a much deeper economic shift. High inflation, rising interest rates, shifting consumer behavior, and e-commerce dominance are permanently reshaping the retail industry and eliminating thousands of jobs in the process. As more stores shut down for good, the commercial real estate market crumbles, local economies weaken, and countless employees face unemployment. While some retailers will adapt and survive, many more will vanish, marking the end of an era for traditional brick-and-mortar retail in America. The retail industry is in crisis. Will it ever recover? If you found this analysis insightful, like, share, and subscribe to Economy Explorer for more critical updates on the economy, business trends, and financial insights. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Watch one of the suggested videos on your screen now for more must-know economic insights. Thanks for being a part of Economy Explorer. See you in the next one.